Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today for our marketing strategy and final report presentation. We are Slake Innovations Technology, and I'm Jackie Sinsky, the CEO of the company. With me today is my team, Kenny, the VP of Finance, Jamie, the VP of Sales, Chelsea, the VP of Marketing, and Scott, the VP of Operations. Slake Innovations Technology is a company that produces and sells computers worldwide. This past year, we have experienced exponential growth in revenues, and we continue to target our cost cutter and innovator markets, as well as entered a new market of travelers. We would like to review our past year's business decisions and outcomes. Starting with Q4, our decisions were to open up a Shanghai sales office. We decided to purchase all of the marketing research and introduce the Toro and Colibri advertisements. For Q4 outcomes, we gained 10% of the market share and had a gross margin of over $800,000. For Q5, we hired Shanghai Salesforce and condensed our advertisements. We also changed our priorities to cost cutter and innovator. We decided to heavily invest in research development and introduce point-of-purchase displays in our stores. And additionally, we rebranded the Colibri, changing it from a laptop to a desktop model. With these changes, we saw a growth in our market share, and we are now at 11%. For our gross margin, we reached over $1 million. For Q6, we introduced a new brand, Garza. This was targeting the traveler segment. We modified our advertisements and modified the prices and priorities for all the brands. And additionally, we continued our strategy in purchasing all of the market research. For Q6, we did see a decrease in our market share to 9%. However, our gross margin continued to grow, and we reached over $2 million.
For Q7, we decided to modify the Colibri, adding a higher resolution screen, turning it into the Colibri 2.1. We took away POP displays for Toro to save a little bit of money, hired more salespeople in all of our offices, and added Salesforce promotions to boost the incentive to sell. The outcome of our decisions were a 3% drop in market share, but almost $2.5 million in gross margin. Our Q8 decisions were to modify all of the brands. We changed the Toro from Toro to Toro 2.0, we changed the Colibri to Colibri 3.0, and we changed the Garza to Garza 2. We modified Toro advertisements to make sure our consumers knew about our major brand changes. We continued to advertise heavily and reintroduced the Toro POP display. Changing prices and priorities for all brands and sales offices, increased our sales force in all of our offices, and increased sales training for all of our sales force. The outcome of our decisions for this quarter was our market share stayed the same, but our gross margin grew to about almost $3.5 million.
Let's take a look at the financial performance of our company. Financials, the good. So, over the past year, we've generated about $24 million in revenue, and as you can see by the graph on the right, our revenues have been constantly increasing for the past year. Our goal was to return triple of what was invested into our company, $7 million, and therefore our goal was $21 million. With that $24 million in revenue, we have easily reached this goal. Another positive is that our operating profit has been constantly on the rise over the past year and has led to about $4.5 million in the past year alone. Financials, the bad side. Sales have begun to taper off in Q6 into Q7, mainly due to our competition catching up to us in the Asian markets. And to give a good illustration of this, our top competitor, Lightspeed Computers, has generated about $65 million in revenue as compared to us. Market performance, the good. Over the past year, we have seen an increase in our primary target market, cost cutters, of about 3%, up from 10% in Q4. Also, our fringe segment, the Mercedes, which is a stem off of our secondary target market, innovators, has doubled in the past year, going from 4% up to 8%. The bad side is our overall market share has decreased from 10% to 6%. And also, despite specific efforts to target the traveler segment with our Garza model, our market share within this segment has stagnated at 4%.
Now, it's time to look at our brand strategy. We chose to use Spanish names to represent our brands because They stood out as unique amongst other brands, and we decided that this would be a way to make our company more culturally diverse. Each brand name is a reference to an animal that hints to the types of targeted consumers that we thought would buy each brand. To begin, Toro is Spanish for bull and originally targeted the workhorse. However, we found it was more appealing to the cost cutter segment, so we switched our targeted market for Toro. Both segments are like a bull in the sense that they want to get the job done effectively and with a strong, stable computer and don't need bells and whistles. A colibri translates to hummingbird, which we describe as fast, quick, efficient, etc. This really describes the innovator segment that we were targeting. One of the key selling points for them was fast processing power, and we proudly boasted one of the fastest desktops on the market. We secondarily wanted to hit the Mercedes segment with the Colibri also. Finally, Garza translate into heron, a very elegant bird that was a yearly migratory pattern. This is reflective of our target traveler segment, who want a quality product that is also easily portable. The Garza is also our first permanent laptop model in order to fit the brand name and to fit our target segment's needs. Next is our advertising strategy. We thought our first ad would be effective by including the maximum amount of information to appeal to our target audience. After having issues of not placing this ad in the media, we reviewed our market research to see what successful brands are doing with their advertisements in the same targets. From this, we realized that our ads were very wordy and crowded. We did not want this crowded look to reflect badly on our brand image, so we decided to revamp our ads. Because of these issues, we were able to learn from our initial mistakes and finalize our advertising strategy. A clean and informative ad that appeals to our target market was our final decision. Additionally, we decided to place our ads in the media that would appeal to the maximum amount of consumers. These included sports magazines and trade magazines. We made sure to place our ads where the particular target market was most likely to find it.
Now, for our pricing strategy, we followed the information that was given on how much our target segment and the geographical market we were in was willing to pay. As time went on and we bought market research, we could compare our prices to the price of firms competing in the same market. As quarters went on, we used this market research to compare brand prices to our competitor prices and made changes accordingly. In each quarter, we increased our prices for these brands little by little to test the waters with our markets to make sure we weren't overpricing our product. We also checked our rebates against our competitors and noticed they were quite high. We decided to decrease our rebates and make them regular for every brand within the location. Moving on to our sales channel, we chose our offices based on a combination of market size and the price consumers were willing to pay in the segments we chose to target. Initially, opening sales offices in Chicago and Paris were the best choices for our strategy. In quarter 4, we decided to open another sales office in Shanghai, and in quarter 5, this sales office officially opened. While Shanghai may have had low willingness to pay ratings, the city had a lot of need in our target markets. Our strategy was to expand globally, however, it was difficult to balance our sales office expenses with our incoming revenue.
One of our key mistakes was that we relied a little bit too heavily upon branding and developing our products. We believed that a superior product would win us high revenues and a larger market share. While it's true that our products were often rated highly among customers, our key mistake was that we did not focus nearly enough time to marketing and actually reaching out to our customers. Another problem with the lack of reach was our relatively small network of salespeople that we rely upon to reach out to the thousands of available customers. Until quarter 8, we employed no more than 8 people total at any of our branches. We figured it could be efficient because it would keep our costs lower and thus lead to more revenue. But again, this proved to be quite an hindrance because we didn't have enough salespeople to reach out to all our target customers. The last major problem stemmed from our salesperson problem. We believed that we didn't open enough sales offices globally. Therefore, we didn't have enough of a presence in order to attract the attention of our target customers. This was truly a crippling factor for our small sales force as well for the limited reach confined to the general areas that our offices were placed.
All in all, we've learned that having a superior product is nice, but it really doesn't help much if we have limited reach to our target markets.